YouTube, it's your boy Gedden, and we're back on gaming. Welcome to my GGC. Without any hesitation, let's get it. Man, that Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2 was rather amazing. It could have been a home run
to tie it.
But Nintendo kind of fumbled the bag a little bit. And in this video, I'm gonna kind of explain why. But before we do, make sure you like the content if you like the content, subscribe. I got all types of content coming at you, so you want to hit that notification bell on all. Also, you could check out my previous video and live stream in the descriptions below. With all that being said, let's start this video. There was just so much to like about this Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. I mean, we got HDR, we got a screen that could do 120 frames. We also got mouse control, which is going to be great for RTS games and first-person shooters. We saw a plethora of great looking games. We got some surprises and some new features in the Nintendo Switch 2. We even got Nintendo's spin on voice chat with the C button. I mean, it's about time that we could communicate with our friends just like all the other systems, but I'm glad Nintendo kind of took their time and gave us something unique. There's just so much to like. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond looks amazing, and it's going to look even more amazing on Switch 2. In this Metroid game, Samus has telekinetic abilities where she could wave her hand and move objects. You know how well that's going to work with the Nintendo Switch 2's gyro control and mouse functionality? We got so many reveals that I just did not see coming, like Cyberpunk, Hitman, a new 007 project game coming to the Nintendo Switch. From Software is creating an exclusive for the Nintendo Switch called Dusk Bloods. Seriously, there's a lot to like. DK Bonanza looks amazing. They're finally giving DK the Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy treatment. He's in his own story in a 3D world that you could mine through. There's a lot of physics, a lot of great technology and gameplay in that. The game looks fun as hell. Also, Final Fantasy Remake is coming to the Switch 2, and it just seems like a lot of games are coming. Nintendo did a great move by showing so many partnerships and third-party games in the reveal for the Switch 2. Normally, these reveals are all Nintendo games, but not in this case. Nintendo actually strategically planned for third-party games to push the reveal and launch of the Nintendo Switch 2, which will work out in the long run because you know all those first-party Nintendo Switch games are coming. But another game that stood out was Mario Kart World. There's just so much going on in that game. New mechanics, a vast expanding world, open world gameplay, and just like so much more. But here's the caveat. This new Mario Kart does look amazing, but if you want to buy the physical copy outside of the bundle, you're gonna pay for it. Nintendo games typically don't cost $70. They had to make that jump at some point. I mean, how the price of everything is just going up. And of course, we got tariffs from the Orange Man. Yeah, the games also are going to go up. It wasn't too long ago that NBA 2K21 and Madden 21 were the first games to cost $70 at retail. At least back then with NBA 2K21, you could see a difference. People have compared NBA 2K14 to NBA 2K21 and 22 and other games. And yes, the texture maps and the lighting was better back then, but here's some things that you should consider. It didn't have the polygon count, amount of player models on screen at once, and quality of animations that are still running at 60 frames a second, now at 4K. Some sacrifices had to be made. But when it came to EA and Madden, that was pure greed. If I put up Madden 21 last gen and Madden 21 current gen, could you really tell the difference? No, the answer is no. Don't even try it. I remember people really arguing with me about, oh, it's really gonna be next gen. You'll see. But when the game was released, the truth, like I said, was revealed. So I could totally see a lot of gamers out there seeing the price hike for Nintendo games as just pure greed. I know this because I'm one of them. I am very disappointed in the price hike. You know, we just got burnt way too many times as gamers. Nintendo will be charging $70 and $90 for some games. But here's the truth. Not all games are going to be $70. Not all games are going to be $90 for a physical copy of the game. Not gonna lie, charging $90 for Mario Kart is rather insane. Don't get me wrong, Mario Kart looks fun as hell. It looks super addicting. It's huge. I get it. But honestly, it's not a high production game. And what I mean by that is, look at The Last of Us. Look at these types of games. Those types of games you can tell have high production value. There's just a lot more money being spent on making those games versus Nintendo games. Yeah, I can see those games being like $70 or even more because the production to make those games are extremely expensive, a little too expensive. Nintendo tries to keep the production value of their games at an all-time low. So that's why I'm really upset at Nintendo charging $90 and $70 for games. But you can buy Mario Kart World cheaper. You could buy Mario Kart in a bundle and it's only going to be $50. The new game Donkey Kong Bonanza, well, that's going to be $70. Street Fighter 6 with Season 1 and 2, that's going to be $60. Bravely Default is going to be $40. The reality of the situation is the pricing for Nintendo Switch 2 games are going to be all over the place. You're going to have some games that are $60, some physical games that are going to be $90. I do happen to think that most Nintendo first-party games are going to hit that $70 mark. I'm thinking because the game is a little game card or cartridge, the price and of course tariffs are affecting some of those games. But pricing games more expensive or having a wide variety of prices for your game isn't exactly new for Nintendo. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I had my Nintendo 64 and those games were very expensive. I remember some games costing $80, $70, when games back then were routinely $40 and $50. All I know is a lot of gamers are upset. And then when the gaming industry complicate things, like, you know, you buy a game card and now it's a game key and then you have to download the game. Yeah, Nintendo has a new feature for the Nintendo Switch 2 where you buy your game. It doesn't have all the data on it. So you buy it, put it in your Nintendo Switch, and then download the rest of the game onto your system, just like how Sony and Microsoft have been doing all these years. Yeah, people are going to get even more upset. And then when you're selling a tech demo of a game, Nintendo Switch 2 Tour, well, people have a right to get upset at those things, especially if they played a PlayStation 5. They had that tech demo Astro's Playroom installed in their system at launch, and that game was free. People are going to look at Nintendo as just being greedy at this point. So all the great work you did with the presentation is kind of sending mixed signals to your fans, Nintendo. All I know is if every game for the Nintendo Switch is going to be $90, I can't support that, even though I love Nintendo. Only time will tell what's going on. But the reality of the situation is all these games are going to cost different prices. So that's a little bit of good news and a little bit of chaos that Nintendo created when they revealed the Nintendo Switch 2. We're only going to find out when these games are released how much each of these Nintendo Switch 2 games are going to cost. Let me know what you guys think about this price hike in the comment section below. Thank you for viewing. This is your boy Gedden. This is the GGC. That's all I got. So I'm out of here.